Stepfather and son. The war had been going on for as long as Daniel could remember. He was 29 now, a grown man with deep lines on his forehead, not because of age but because of the years of worry carved into him by his country's endless unrest. His home in Southeast Asia had once been full of laughter and the smell of fresh morning coffee, but now it was filled with the constant hum of uncertainty, the kind that made you think twice before leaving the house. Daniel had always been the older brother. Protector. Guide. Teacher. The one who fixed broken bicycles, explained homework, and made sure his younger brother Liam always had something to eat, even if Daniel had to go without. For years, Daniel had a plan. He would leave for the United States, start a new life, and eventually bring Liam over. He had spent years saving every coin, working jobs that broke his back and wore down his spirit. In his mind, America was the place where they could finally breathe. By late 2016, the paperwork was almost done. All he had to do was submit the final application. Then came the election. President Trump won, and within months, immigration rules changed. The process Daniel had counted on for years was suddenly shut tight. He watched his dream sink like a stone in deep water. Daniel told no one how much it crushed him, but Liam could see it in his eyes. 2 years ago, Liam made a choice of his own. The situation at home had grown unbearable: soldiers at checkpoints, random arrests, food prices skyrocketing. He left for Thailand, managing to cross the border with nothing but a backpack and a promise to himself that he'd make a better life there. In Thailand, he found small jobs, washing dishes, carrying crates at markets, sometimes painting walls for cash. The work was exhausting and the pay was barely enough, but it was freedom. Every evening, Liam called Daniel. They would talk about everything. The food in Thailand, the news back home, and Daniel's unshakable dream to move to the US one day. Liam often said, "One day, I'll come live with you again." But there was one problem: Liam had no passport. The government back home wouldn't issue him one, claiming there were security concerns. In truth, Daniel knew it was because there. One rainy night, Daniel sat in his dimly lit room, water dripping from the roof into a metal bucket. The phone rang. It was Liam. "Brother, I heard they're tightening border checks." Liam's voice was tense. "If they catch me without papers, they could send me back." Daniel's heart sank. Back here meant danger. Back here meant disappearing into a system where no one would ask questions. He couldn't let that happen. "I'll find a way," Daniel said, his voice steady even though he had no plan. "We'll fix this. I promise." Weeks passed. Daniel started reaching out to every contact he had: old school friends, former co-workers, even distant relatives in the US and Europe. Most doors closed quickly. Some offered sympathy but nothing else. Others said it was impossible. One afternoon, Daniel met with Mr. So, an older man from his neighborhood who had lived abroad for many years. Daniel explained the situation. The old man listened quietly, then leaned closer. "There's a way," So whispered. "Not an easy one. But there's a small organization that helps cases like your brother's. They're not official, but they can sometimes get people legal documents if the story is strong enough." Daniel's eyes lit up. "What do they need from me?" "Proof," So said. "That your brother's life would be in danger if he's sent back. And proof that you can support him." Daniel worked night and day. He gathered photographs, letters, even witness statements from neighbors who remembered how soldiers had come looking for their father years ago. He sold his old motorcycle to pay for translation and legal document fees. Weeks turned into months. The organization reviewed every page, every detail. The waiting was torture. Then one night in early 2028, Liam called again. But this time his voice was trembling for a different reason. "They approved it, Daniel. I'm getting a special travel permit to stay here, and after that, I can apply for resettlement." Daniel sat in silence, not trusting his own ears. "Did you hear me?" Liam said, laughing through his tears. "I'm not going back. They can't send me back now." Daniel's chest felt lighter than it had in years. He closed his eyes and let out a long breath he'd been holding since Liam left. The next months were a blur. The resettlement process was slow, but each small step felt like climbing out of a dark well. In late 2029, the biggest news of all arrived. The US would accept Liam and Daniel under a family reunification program. The 2028 election had changed immigration policy again, opening a door that had been locked for more than a decade. On the day of their flight, Daniel and Liam stood side by side at the airport. For the first time in years, they could hold each other without. Liam smiled, eyes bright with hope. "And coffee every morning, just like before." As the plane lifted off the runway, the city below faded into the clouds. The war, the fear, the endless waiting, all of it was behind them now. For the first time, the brothers were not just surviving. They were moving forward. And in that quiet moment above the clouds, Daniel realized something. The dream he had all those years ago hadn't died. It had simply waited, just like he had. This time, they were going to live it, together.
Thai people that they cannot afford education. They also have schools, and now we're going to visit a kindergarten.
Jeez,